they'd be able to make this thing smart enough that it would pick up both. And there we go. Both of them are up again. Okay, I think we're good. Yep. Looks like we are good to go now. We got all the streams up. I don't know how we did it, but we did it. We are back in business, team. Don't forget, you guys can read our disclosure online. All information in the stream is for informative purposes only. So please do your due diligence when trading. All right. It's only taken me an hour, maybe a little over an hour to get back up and running, but we are back up and running nonetheless. Oh, oh man, Bitcoin calls are even more down. Look at that. I'm 18% down now on these Bitcoin calls. How amazing is that? As Bitcoin continues to rally upward, my calls continue to depreciate in value. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh man, I screwed up on buying these stupid things. I should have never gotten into this position. I regret it so much. I know it too, because I always talk about scam coin, right? You guys always hear me talk about it. And here I am trying to make a go of it. Ugh. It's so upsetting. It's frustrating, really. Set your style. I don't even know what that is. Don't even know what that is. You feel a home run? I hope so. I think we already missed most of those runs, though, to the downside. I mean, shoot, opening sell was just pretty darn good. I'm just being cautious, I did really, really good yesterday. I made up for that silver debacle I had from like 2 days ago. Yeah, no FOMO today, boys. No FOMO today. Oh, wow. That's great. No. I stepped out. I saw you guys with Blasky, and I didn't want to interrupt. He's got his class, and, I know he's trying to figure it out, and he's talking to you guys. So I didn't want to interrupt and be there in his space. Nobody interrupts me in my morning session. So, I don't want to interrupt someone else's session that they have going as well with my 2 cents. But just checking in to make sure that if he was, having issues, because he's trying to stream the way I am, but he's also going through some of the learning curve that I went through as well, because it's kind of a hassle, with all those stream platforms and stuff. Yeah, OBS, like I'm on Streamlabs, he's on OBS, and he's trying to wrap your head around like the terms and, what do you call certain things and all that good stuff, makes it more difficult. It makes it challenging. I shouldn't say difficult. It just makes it challenging, because it's different terminology. And I don't know what Blasky does. I honestly don't know what he does. So, I don't know if he's in the in the space, content creator space, So, breaking down the terminology and, trying to give them some insight on what does what and how they work and stuff. So I think he's got it though. I think he's got it. He's on his way. Well, someone had mentioned to me about running a 4K stream, and that was exactly why. That was why I brought in the 4K. That's why I was all jacked up this morning, because I was trying to I want to do a 4K stream. I have the capability of it, because I've got 40 megs up, I got gigabit down, 40 megs up, and 40 megs up is more than enough for me to do a 4K. And if you were watching the YouTube streams were beautiful. They were at 4K, but like Kick was just messing up. I don't want to hear what you have to say. Come on. Eat these adverts. I guess I got to get up my social streams chats because I don't even have those up right now. Yeah, market's catching a bid here, it seems. All right, live stream chats are up. Well, a few of them are up. I don't have all of them up. There's so many of them. YouTube chats are up. I need that Kick chat up. All right. I got all 6 of my chats up now. Wait, I'm missing. I was missing that one. There's my 7th. All right. There we go. All 7 of my chat windows are up now. Ticker's live. We're getting the. All right, team. We are good now. We're stable. Okay. Okay. So the reason I'm having problems is because Kick can't support it. The highest resolution they can support is 1920 by 1080. So that's probably why I was running into a bunch of issues. I can't stream to that platform at that high of a resolution. That's the issue. This is ridiculous. I can't believe these contracts have did nothing. So upsetting with this trade. Looks like we're going to get more selling here on NASDAQ. Usually they want to just continue toileting this market, though. You might get your next leg down here. 15 minutes left. Pretty nasty downside moves here. No, looks like my breakdown levels on NASDAQ worked out pretty well. Now we're well below those. Now the question is will they continue to send us lower? Oh, I still got Steve in here hanging with me. Good to see him. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get another leg down here pretty soon. I'm getting short entries in the market now, getting signals to go short. Ugh, it's gross. How much lower are we going to go? That was a real question. Will they continue just sending this down? Certainly, IWN is still consolidating, has not made a real move to the downside. It's just holding steady. It's really strange. Has not given up the move. Let's take a look at the Russell. I'll show you guys the Russell, why I'm looking at that right now. It's only down 0.2%. Look at that. See, it's just holding right here. It looks like it wants to give it up, though. All right, let's look at the Dow. The Dow is already dipping. Looks like IWN might just give us a short we want, right? I'm going to keep breaking that low now. I imagine you might be able to catch some bids on some of these other trades here. Yep, there it goes. There's that next push down. Come on. Let's just send this thing. Come on, just toilet it. You want to. Really interesting that the small caps are holding the way they are. Well, there's that leg down on NASDAQ. I'm out of INTC. It was a good run. Yep. Getting sells there on NASDAQ now some more. Hey, good morning, Mikhail. How you doing? Good morning to you out there on YouTube. Good to see you. Good to see you. You partaking in some of this short here in the morning session? I'm kind of taking my time. I was having a bunch of technical issues this morning, so I'm just kind of like hanging loose, making sure that, handle, I can get everything up and running the way I want to. I took a short on IWN. I picked up the 260s. They were sitting at like 44 cents. They're at 46 cents now. Oh, they're back to flat. I was up like 5% on them just a second ago. They're kind of fluttering now. And I want to see if we can get a further flush so we can see IWN and Russell start to just catch the sell and progressively move down, maybe do a little catch up. Oh, we're up 10% now. Not 13% now. You could see a good sell on the Russell since it's so far behind. It's really behind on the move. Because the sell could be pretty aggressive. Could bring it down into Monday's low, 21,616 if you guys are inclined to trade the Russell. Might give you a nice easier trade than the Nasdaq since you're playing catch up there. Goes Nasdaq making that next leg down. I'll put my stop on the money on these IWM puts. I'll put that at 46 cents, I believe, should be about right. We're here to make money. We're not here to lose money. Let's see how aggressive this thing can get. Maybe we can get a nice push to the downside. Oh man, don't stop me out. Come on, dude. Just sheesh. This is about patriotism. Well, if Trump says buy it, you got to buy it now. About 7% now on these puts. Let's go. Come on, Russell. Let's give us that dump. Holy moly. Things are cooking. I'm up 47% on these puts now. Russell's starting to pay now. Let's go. Cons are sitting at 64 cents now from my 44-cent entry. Hourly Crockett one. Head and shoulder. Come on. Come on, give us that low. Don't buy it back. At 60 cents now. I'm trailing my stop with these. Silver and gold are starting to sell. Yes, is trying to find a base. I'm not digging this. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Oh, man, this thing is going to stop me out. This thing is going to stop me out. Oh, I hate you. I hate your guts. Stop me out. Only made 3 cents per con, man. That blows. I should have taken profit when they were sitting at like 60 cents. I knew it. I could have made so much more on that. Chinga son mera madre, pinche putos chingados. All right. Well, let's see what we do next. So we just got to figure this out. At least I'm not red. At least I'm not red. I'm up 3.69% for the day. Another green day. Regardless of what Bitcoin is doing, I'm still green for the day. So, that little scalp on IWN, I mean, it didn't make me jack. It made me a whopping $10, man. How terrible is that? Ah, I guess it's good because IWN is already ripping to the upside again. Doesn't look like it's not making the same moves that the overall market is. It looks like it wants to hold. It's really interesting, compared to the rest of this sell-off that the rest of the market is doing here in the morning session. They're taking IWN back up to VWAP. That's the Russell for you. Looks like NASDAQ on the 10-minute also is starting to curl up. Oh, I'm sorry, the 1 minute. Seen a banker level come up at this level at 25,493. I'm going to give you a little bit of a pop. It's just a matter of if the bulls can hold it or not. I kind of want to go for the short again. Man, I can't believe that. Stupid Bitcoin doing. Bitcoin is still like breaking out, and my calls are still down. I'm down 18% on those calls. That makes no sense at all. I've been DCAing since down here. Like, price has not been up here. Look, I mean, price has not been up here at all. And I've been DCAing since over a year, and I'm still down on this position. I hate this position. I hate it. God, I messed up on this. I should have never have done that. And I'd said it before. I didn't want to trade Bitto because the spread is just garbage on it. It's a garbage ticker. It's a garbage, mirror of Bitcoin because it doesn't mirror at all. I mean, it is worthless. It's like socks. It's like trading the socks ticker, just upsetting. A waste of money. No, like we're gonna have more downside here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab myself another cup of rocket fuel. Use the bathroom real quick. So hang tight, team. I'll be right back.
Morning, guys. How is everybody? It's a bearish day. Goodness, having a little response now, but of course I gotta have a little bit every once in a while, you know. Give the bulls a little turn. Let me just throw up a little thing here. Anyone in the short still? I closed mine. Yeah, it's tricky. This day was tricky. It just had a lot of strength to the downside here, and in the middle there, where it looked like the bulls could hold, but then VWAP was the resistance point there. What I could see. That pullback at, gosh, what time was that? Right around the top of the hour. 7 a.m. is Pacific time, 10 a.m. Eastern. That was a strong pullback for the morning. But couldn't make it up there. Couldn't make it past the morning resistance. But tomorrow, that's strong risk management, man. That $81, that's like a drop in the rain. So strong work there. What happens now? I mean, it's been interesting. It's been a good range already for the day. A good drop, but it's had some strength to the downside. So, I mean, the day is young. There's definitely more time to see what else can happen, huh? Tricky shorting this low too, but also that's, you know, the dominant direction of the morning. The other instruments doing. Yeah, gold broke some structure on the way down too this morning. But she's trying to hold up now as well. Silver looks a little stronger. Silver had a strong push down this morning as well, but then up. Oh shoot. Sorry, Amaro. Can you guys hear me besides Amaro? Sometimes it's my settings as well. It looks like I'm up and working on my end. I already got my short. I'm done. I'm done for my day. Okay. Yeah, I think Riz stepped away right as I pulled it up the stream, so I don't think he's quite back yet, but it's on your end, yeah. Yeah, I've had those days, man. I got in, I took an early short, and then I got in again on the rejection right at the top of the hour from VWAP. Actually, it was after. It was like, gosh, probably 7:15 I got in. Right after I got a nice 5-minute close, small body 5-minute close on VWAP after the push up. I got in for my second short. What time was that? Yeah, 7:15, I think. A few minutes after is when I got in for my last short and Calling it the morning. Because that for me, what I can see is like two nice waves down. VWAP held both at open and then on that retest. And we had a really good range today on ES. And now we're having a little pause here. But we did fall. I had a weekly support level on ES at 69.32 that I was watching. And we did tag that. And then around there is where we're having a little pivot now. And so not to say it couldn't go lower for sure, but that is a potential support area on ES based on the larger time frames. And so definitely keep an eye on that level holding or folding here in the next hour or so. But so far I would be, careful on the longs because the greater strength is down still for today. And the Dow, NASDAQ, and ES are all in agreement on that, which gives it, in my mind, a little bit more validity when they're all going the same direction. Which we saw there was like some, some consolidation the last week or so as we tagged those all-time highs and broke them again, pushed a little bit higher, but then there wasn't like a ton of like breakout strength. It was more like poking a little bit higher and then not really having a huge run up after breaking them on any of the days really. So this pullback being a little stronger today is not too crazy, I don't think, because of that, lack of serious breakout and up energy each time we poke the high. But we'll see what happens with this pullback. How low and how many days it might be. And PPI, gosh, that was not so impressive this morning. The numbers came in. I looked earlier. I think they came in as expected, though, right? Let me double check now that I'm not trading anymore. Every time I pull in information while I'm actively in a trade, I like half sees here the information that, if it's not a big priority, then it's like kind of in one ear and out the other. But yeah, it came in as expected on the PPI monthly. Retail sales was slightly up, which is positive for the market. Core PPI was slightly down. Oh, it's a little bit of mixed, but a little bit more positive. Profit jail so early. Heck yes. I love that so much, Ace. Ooh, BAC dropping hard. Yeah, on earnings. Earnings is a big deal. There's a few of them this morning. So that's a big factor. When the earnings hit and they miss, that's going to add a lot of volatility to the movements that we can see. Ace, I'm not going to lie. I had the same situation of profit jail on my shorts today. And I'm not mad about it. I literally was coming to live. I was like, all my accounts are so green. There's no trading left for me. It's the thing, if you can get in at a good location and catch a good chunk of the move, it's like, okay, I guess what's next in my day? And even if you catch it, if you're on the flip side of it and your first trade misses or your first or second trade misses, if you can stay calm and kind of see what the greater direction is, sometimes that's a good opportunity for, being able to redirect and get in line with the stronger direction and make it back. I've definitely done that before, been off on my read or mistimed it and it had a loss. But then if you can stay, for me, if I can stay like emotionally chill and focused and calm and really still be taking in the data, then I can still trade and trade back to green. Not always can I do that, if I'm more emotional or whatever. It's not a good opportunity, but today I offered some decent pullback opportunities. I love that Ace killed it. Do you guys trade the earnings like in advance of them? I used to, but in a little bit here. I know in our podcast, did you guys see the podcast? The podcast that we're doing it now weekly. We have a good schedule. It's going to come out, I think Monday afternoons probably is realistic. Hopefully earlier on Mondays if we can, but we record it end of the week and then have a little bit of time to process it. And then release it Monday. And so in that one, Coach Matt talked a little bit about his earnings strategy coming into this earnings season and just, teeny little bit there because it's, you know, a limited opportunity. But I know he goes much more into detail in all of that on his Thursday lab. So kind of a good opportunity to pick his brain and get more information on how he manages the earnings. I'm looking at Bank of America now because, like I said, I was kind of fixated on my trading earlier and then my kids. Oh yeah, look at that. Red. Looks like the drop is slowing there, but that was a big drop for them. Too red? No, that's pretty neutral. It's practically mostly green. Wah, wah. Oh, look at the financial indices. Ooh. Berkshire, man, they are a beast. Holden. Beautiful. All of them are beautiful, but Berkshire, man, they're impressive to me. Some Warren Buffett magic. Do you guys read the, oh gosh, what was that early book? The Investor. I don't know why I always forget this. The Intelligent Investor. I don't know why I always forget that. That was my very first book I ever read when I was starting to learn about the stock market almost 5 years ago. Oh, so good. 1-200s trading on NASDAQ. Man. $200s, right? NASDAQ is at 25,505. Are you thinking 25,200 base? That seems like a little bit of a farther range for now. We've got that support from 2 weeks ago down at 25,300-ish. That's the next pretty legit support that could hold us here. We definitely broke structure on the NASDAQ hard when we fell through 25,570. Woo! Yeah, 444. That's not so far. That seems reasonable. If you look, there's a support from, gosh, what is that? 2 weeks ago that we're in right now on NASDAQ that is holding. Let me show you. I think the support from 2 weeks ago is where we've paused on this fall because there was a decent bull flag on the larger time frames at the start of that week, and then we broke pretty good highs after that. Push up, flag out, and then it just kept going in the higher highs, higher lows. It broke the structure, a couple days later, and then made some nice highs after that. So I think that support is where we've paused the fall right now on NASDAQ, but the bottom of that is right around that 44 area. So we see if we can break it. Both tears. Oh my God. They definitely crying. He's not playing, that dude. Yeah. 280s as a level. Yeah, that's that support from just below my green area. That's that bottom there is at 263, I think. Yeah. 1 NQ. We'll see. I mean, that would be, if we got all the way down there, that would be a substantial situation with a potential break, but they're going to want to defend that. There's going to be some bulls there wanting to fight. We'll fight. So we'll see. I don't know that there is a reason there shouldn't be a pop. We've had only one little retracement so far today, and then a hard fall after that. And so a retracement here would make sense. Where you aiming? 530? Oh yeah, because the structure that we broke was at 570, and so a decent retest on that would make sense. We haven't really had that. We paused at that level, and then we fell through it, and now we're potentially doing a deeper retracement here into that break of structure. Never surrender. You're locked out, aren't you, Ace? Maybe we got other accounts. I have different accounts that I trade with different opportunities. Good. I love that. I love that you can lock in good points in your accounts and then still trade and experience and see what's going to happen. Watch the responses, the reactions, the pullbacks. Now we're voting on the bulls for Lex Luthor, though. Let's go. Sometimes I trade retracements also. I'm not going to lie. Oh my gosh, let me see your entry. 680. Nice, on the breakdown. Beautiful. But you hit profits, and that's how, when we structure it so that our accounts build and compound over time, there's a method to that madness. It's pretty functional. It allows the accounts to grow in a steady way. You don't have to break consistency rules. You can let them build and compound and let it grow. Yeah, I know. It's going. It's going. We're popping for you. 3 micros all you need. Yeah. I like the idea that micros really encourages us to lock into our discipline and then hold trades. That is an argument. Yesterday in psychology, I was talking about trading out of a drawdown, and I really do believe in downsizing your leverage when you're pulling out of a potential drawdown, but also when you're building. When you're building your accounts up, you don't have to trade big size. And honestly, when you trade smaller size, you can trade a little bit better because it doesn't trigger the fear and anxiety. Yeah. But if you have smaller leverage and you're not so anxious about the risk, if it starts to go back on you, then you can sometimes hold a long trade longer, scale out, and then hold a runner. And then if it's a really big trending day, you can really take a big move without worrying so much about the P&L pulling back on you because it's not as big of a number. I do get that though, Lex Luthor, about losing money holding micros versus an NQ. Is it because it doesn't feel substantial enough and so you monkey with it, versus an NQ you take a mini you would take a little more seriously and you would lock in profits and be done? Because I have experienced that a little bit in my personal trading style. Yeah, you feel like you have more room. It's just micros. It's fine. You can play with it. You can add. Yeah, there's a potential mind mess around game with micros. If you flip between minis and micros, I think it's sometimes harder to conceptualize to take it just as seriously when it's micros. But if you can kind of get used to it, you can really get a profitable strategy with it. Yeah. That's the thing is too with copying because whatever you enter, if you're copying to, 246 accounts, it is 246, whatever have you, X the money, really. I mean, by having it spread across and you're copying, it's not as anxious in the moment because you're only in for smaller size. But when you really think about it, you are trading and building and taking points or losing points at an X multiplier. So it's such a good point. You guys are like speaking my language. You know the situation. Silver. Oh, I want to see. Yeah, silver was stronger this morning. Gold, they both pulled back at open, but silver rebounded faster and stronger. And did she break the morning yet? Not yet, but close. And gold is definitely
Silver, silver's breaking out.
Welcome back, Riz.
Thank you for giving me a little break. I appreciate you.
No problem at all. I'm talking.
Yeah, we started off super early this morning.
Because of PPI, were you on for that?
Yes, absolutely. Since Ace had asked me to, the unfortunate thing is that I didn't realize that after doing some Googling, Kick doesn't support 4K. So I tried to do a 4K stream. Since I got all my network all up to date and rocking and rolling, I changed my stream to a 4K stream upload, and it was just hosing the Kick stream. It kept restarting every like 2 seconds. So there's like notifications being thrown, and I stream across a couple of Kick channels, the Blue Sky stream. So I was like scrambling for that. So unfortunately, I was a little ill prepared.
Gosh, that's frustrating. And it's tricky because when you like learn how to do it and you learn how to sync everything, and 4K is the best, and then it just starts glitching on you. It's like, oh, that technical stuff drives me crazy.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing I didn't realize is that Kick does not support it at all. So I think that's why the streams there kept restarting and then sending out like dozens of notifications. And I'm also streaming the Blue Sky stream on my personal channel, and I don't want to lose subs or annoy some of my community members that follow me there. So, but we got it all squared away, lowered it down, so now we're just at a 1080p stream, which that's sufficient.
Yeah. Yeah, we can see the chart clearly, and then you don't have glitches. I mean, honestly, just to have it functional is got to be the priority. And then if you can see it well enough, which I think we can, let the technology catch up, I suppose. Luther, you get out of this long? You got your target on that? Looks like it did.
In all honesty, the copy trading is a really good tool, because think of it like this. Yes, it might cost you a little bit more money, but if you start looking at compound gains across, say 3 accounts, you take those $50 trades. Remember, like me, I like the $50 trade. Think of it. You do that across 3 accounts, that's $150. Yeah, at the end of the day, you're at what, $600 on the day in 3 accounts you could be making with a lot less risk. But it's one of those things, you have to get used to it. You have to get accustomed to it.
Yeah. I could not agree more. It's different. You have to think it can cause some mind effery, honestly, if you don't think about protecting yourself, because you do have to pay fees for each one, right? And so it's a little bit more expensive to trade that level. But then if you can keep moderate and keep low and anticipate and try for base hits as your baseline and shut it down sooner, then I've been trade copying for years, and I really feel like my leverage is too low when I'm not, which is maybe not the best. I don't know, but you gotta get used to what works for your psychology, and it will flux over the years too. For months and months, something will work for you, and you can try something different. Maybe try to copy in one, and then start feeling that out, and then adjust from there. Oh man, that is tricky.
And then we're treated.
12. That's hard to get back profits versus a consistency rule. That's why I'm not gonna lie. If I hit my consistency target on my accounts, I gotta just close it. I gotta literally close the trade, shut it down, close even that system. Honestly, like if it's blue sky, what have you, like you can log out when you've hit your consistency target. You can lock it. You can log out of that account. Just stop looking because it's hard if you see the opportunities. Maybe that's why an argument for having multiple accounts and not copying them, because then you can just trade one, and then if you still see another opportunity, have something else to trade. Okay, what's going on with the Russell?
Yeah, you got to be real careful with that, Lex, because remember, you're showing up 5 days a week to try to win money, not lose money. So, it's funny. I've had those scenarios that I overshoot my consistency rules in the past, and I got to lose like $200 or like $150. And the next thing I know is I'm up like $300. I'm up like $500, and I'm up like 1.5K. I used to do it on my old Discord all the time, and my buddies would be laughing, and it was, someone else said it. They were like, just take it. Just take, $500. It's not a big deficit to make up, and I'd rather just be stuck having to make a little extra bread than all of a sudden, like, I have this, like, 1.5K. You know what? One of my trade buddies, that happened to him. At the end of the day, he was up like 25K because of an issue like that. This was like super funny, because then he started over leveraging. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna over leverage. That way, when the position goes against me, I'll lose it real fast and I'll just get out." And we're like, "Okay." And then he was like, "Oh man, I'm up like 5Gs." And it's like, "Oh no, I'm up 10,000." He's like, "Okay, guys, let me get out. And he took another trade, and yeah, like in the course of one day, he was up like 25,000. And he was like, "Why can't I just do this on a normal day?" I was like, "Because you're not normally doing it naturally. Sometimes you just gotta kind of let it go, let the trade happen." I put my lockout like $50 below the consistent. Yeah, you know what, Jaja, that's a great point. If you go into like your trade of data accounts, you can go into the rules and you can set those thresholds. You can put your max loss for the day, your max profit for the day. That's really useful. Like when I used to use algos, or when I used algos, I set those rules up on the backside just to have some kind of additional protection. Or if it's a profitable account or a PA, I'll set a threshold that I'm like, "Hey, I'm not losing more than $2,000 in this account." If you're up like 10,000 or something like that, it's super important to set that. Or even if it's just, a fresh PA, set the threshold, set some kind of guardrails for yourself that, hey, in a day, you're only going to lose 1,000. At least give yourself 2 days fighting chance. There's no sense in getting the PA and blowing it in a single day and not giving yourself a fighting chance.
Yeah, such a good point. I totally agree as well. Yeah, you gotta work with the rules that you have and set a good system, and then honor it, and then let it take time. Like let the days add up and build, and don't rush it, because then your emotions can kind of ramp up faster than you really want them to. Also, so consistency is a good thing. Like breaking up with someone, the harder you try to be mean, so they'll go away, the more they fight to stay. We're humans, man.
Yeah.
It's a little weird for a little bit.
Bitcoin looks like it wants to break out at 97,000 right now. My calls are finally up. I've been complaining about them. I'm sure chat is tired of hearing me complain about them. We're up 47% for the day. Like, we're taking the position now.
Okay, nice. Yeah, there's some bulls fighting back here across the indices. RTY, that was a good catch, because that one really pumped up there.
Yeah, really, really interesting how RTY is inverse to the market right now. I took a short on it early in the morning, it could have been a phenomenal trade, but I was hoping that it would follow suit with the rest of the market to the downside, and it just caught itself. I caught a couple of points on a short, and overall, I'm 24% up in one portfolio. I haven't taken a futures trade just because I was having problems with my charts. So I didn't want to risk taking a trade and not being able to properly manage it. So unfortunately, I did miss out of some of the morning sell. I'm hoping here in the next few minutes I can take a position and hopefully catch something. I was thinking we might continue selling, but we're holding for now. It's really hard to tell where we're at. The 9 minute looks like we build up like a little bull flag. So can we hold a 9? Are we going to give it up and continue selling? I'd like to wait for the next for this candle to finish. We just had the London close, so we've got the London session that just closed as well, and there's a little bit more selling. Yeah.
Yeah, how the heck is it already London closed? Woo, time's flying. This was a nice.
Yeah, they gave it up, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm saying there's a rhythm here of like this was a good retracement out of a key level, but the energy is down this morning overall. I don't know.
Yeah, sellers are in control.
Mm-hmm. They could have one more lower low in them here on the day. This level of retracement could be the one. Great job, Aaron, on your SFA. Whoop, whoop. Just, wait till you see it on that. Yeah. That's great. That's the thing that you know that you're going to be careful and really try and just wait for your best setup. That's the thing. I mean, we always should, but yeah, that's so hard, Lex Luthor. Oh my gosh, when you need the payout and you're counting on it and you've got it factored into like what you're going to do with your personal finances. Gosh, that's a tricky situation to be in when you're trading because it will almost everyone. I mean, we're humans and not robots, so it's going to be a factor when you're thinking about the size you want to put on and the potential gains, but then the potential risks on that is bigger. You aim for bigger wins. Sometimes that means you take on a little more heat, and that's a really tricky situation. Definitely careful on that. That's the thing about being a trader too, like having your an amount of income that you count on as a trader, being as a human being from trading, gotta be really rock solid on your process in that situation to watch that risk always. Make sure your accounts persevere. Priority capital preservation, very real. Hey Ron, that's okay. Have you guys ever heard the phrase new level, new devil? I think that is when you advance in your trading and you start trading bigger size, you go from eval to funded, you go from funded to funded copied. In my experience, every time you leverage up, which is indicated based on your growth and your experience and your skill, that new level has a new devil. It has a little extra pressure, a little extra stress, a little different mind games that you're going to work through. And so it's an experience to respect, I think, in my opinion, an experience that when you progress to a new level that you earned, that you're qualified for, and that you are fully should go to, just be prepared that there's going to be some psychology hits that you're not used to because there's a little added pressure, a little added strength, stress, whatever. Exactly. It's like the traders that trade for big hedge funds. I mean, sometimes their daily loss is 5 million. And it's like, holy crap, I can't even conceptualize that. But they couldn't either when they were in their first few years of trading. And they just have new devils because they're at a completely different level. And so we experience that too. And on every level, every progression you make, there's going to be a little bit of pushback because it's going to be a different amount of leverage. So just recognize that that's like a normal part of growth. But, still aim to shoot even smaller size at your A+ setups, and that will help you kind of ease into a new level a little bit smoother. I know, see, I'm pulling my psychology stuff into the main live stream. Sorry, guys. Can talk technical too.
Oh, you're good. No, you're good.
Okay. Silver having a little rejection here too, man. It tried to break the high. That was a strong push up, but now it's feeling the bearish reaction too. They're all having a little bit of bears fighting for control. Yeah, I feel like psychology is in all of it, and that is my jam. I mean, I love technicals too, but it just comes out when I look at the charts. I see psychology as well as technicals when I look at the charts. So happy to be here. I remember when I first started trade copying funded accounts a couple years ago. It was stressful. I would scalp so much. I would take like one ES point and be like, I don't know, do I stop? You know, like it's real to like work through it. Yeah, gold and silver, both bears, both broke a little structure on the right now on the rejection. Silver, it'll be interesting if it breaks below these wicks that we're trying to hold at around 90.9. We'll see if that breaks. Interesting that we're having this strong directional day on Wednesday.
It is pretty odd.
Yeah. It's not as common on a Wednesday. Go. You're feeling a little off. Trading an eval is a total strong choice. Ace is calling you, Riz.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? If you guys watched the podcast, y'all would have remembered I said I was going to be keeping an eye on banking. And it looks like banking is what's really hurting us right now in the market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's such a good point about that being the group that is struggling.
Oh, a driving factor in the market right now. I'm going to attempt a long here on the S&P. Take a cheeky long right now. We've been selling for the better half of the morning. I'm going to see if we can hold this and if we'll catch a little bid. We'll see. Well, if it breaks, I'll step out of these. They were fairly cheap. I picked up some XSP cons for like 9 cents, but I picked up 7 of them. So a decent little hold. We'll see. Russell's starting to sell as well.
Ooh, I like that. Talking about taking a little break, RQ. My guy, you're listening. It's good to take little breaks. I walked away when you typed that, though. I'm not even kidding. My dog stole my 3-year-old's pancake just now, so I had to step away for a minute. Oh, can't make it up. Gotcha. Aw. Maybe you need a tablet, RQ, so that you can walk whilst ticketing. I don't know. Bridget? Oh, coming in hot with that one. See, I'm like advocating we should get RQ a tablet. Oh.
Need more work out of RQ.
Or maybe you need one of those treadmills at your workspace where like the little flat ones that you can stand and move your body. I don't know. To each their own. Ooh, RQ had a resistance too. They had a little pullback here.
No, I'm just joking, RQ. Yeah, I showed up early, man. I started off way early, dude. I was up out. Stream started for us in VC at 7 a.m. CST. So that's what I don't know what time that is in Eastern Standard. 6 a.m. Eastern, right? Yeah.
One Central,
Oh,
5 Pacific. Woo.
really? You're starting that early right now?
Why, RQ? Go back to bed. So crazy. You guys are funny. RQ's sleep schedule is bananas to me.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, I get that, RQ. Aw. Like you wanna knock out the work so that you can be present and hang with us. Plus trade, right? If you're a trader and you want to be able to focus on trading open, that is some strong discipline to like do your other work first. I'm impressed. These bears, I think, are not quite done.
I don't think they're done either. We'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it
looks
just
like
broke
the
on.
next 3 minute candle is going to go lower as well. The volume's still to the downside right here. Not much of anything to hold us right here at this level.
No.
Tesla's been dumping, is what I'm hearing. And you can see it in the heat map, doesn't look good.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I think we could break the lows across them all here.
I think you're right. I think I have to cut this position. Oh, I was
They like
hoping
to
it
break
would
the low.
bounce. Hmm?
Could maybe they like to break the lows sometimes. Maybe catch a piece of that. Mm. The low is 0. I'm not sure it could be achieved in one day, Ace. I don't know. It was just me. It's a multi-day plan there. Well, it wouldn't go negative with a Republican in office. I'm just saying.
I think you're gonna get it or Q. Ace, I'm sorry. Is it you need to wait for the next 9 minute candle. You got like a minute and a half on that, and then you should probably see some nice move down. I should probably get out of this position.
Yeah, for all my VWAP traders, that seems to be the resistance today. We've had 2 pull-ups to it. Where were the
Let's see if I can get on that. Okay, good. I didn't lose too much on that position. Got another minute left. Let's see what it does here. There she goes. Now it's really digging. Dang, those puts exploded. Where are the ones that were 10 cents? Is it these? Yep. 689s. Oh. You get down there. Let's try it. This thing is moving fast. The Russell's starting to slide as well.
Yeah, we're breaking on all of them right now.
Yeah, there's that next 9-minute candle I was talking about, giving us that push down.
Mm-hmm. Across the board.
Let's see.
I'm not gonna lie, I usually max profit on these bear days, and I'm love them.
These are good days to make money, though.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Hold me, hold me. Let me pull back. I'm so curious what will happen now that we've broken this low in Q2, because the next support is a bit lower here. I don't know if the 400s will hold. At 25, 400, there is potential support. Definitely for a bounce. I mean, at a minimum.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
I should do a psych level about that idea of, or a psych lab about new level, new devil. Make a note. Well, now that we broke the lows, what's it gonna do? Sink
Well,
for a
we should
little.
break these lows. We should break these lows good.
I feel
I
like
think
once
our
it breaks,
W.
yeah, it's got more juice.
On NQ, we've got the previous week low sitting at 25,408. So we could catch ourselves there, but that's another 40 points down. So
Right.
Russell's starting to make that move down as well, starting to play a little bit of catch up. We'll see.
Too much pressure across that board. Like there's so many independent stocks that are so red. It's a lot of pressure spreading.
I'm trying to curl NQ on like the one. Trying to test it again. Trying to test the 9. Okay, that's good.
On the neck, huh? Gabber, I feel you on that, my friend. 9:34. 11 Eastern is 7:30.
All right, I
Oh
went
my
ahead
God.
and put those.
Yeah, but that was a decent exit, my friend. It was the potential double bottom for the morning. We didn't know. I get it, man. I see where you got out. It was right where we bounced from before, and so the bulls could have defended there at 9:34. Yeah. It's legit. That's a good piece, though. I mean, if you caught the retracement and you shorted back to the low of the morning so far, like that's a good bite. To expect the entire pie, I don't know. A slice is good, right? Moderation that compounds. There's an argument there. I mean, there's definitely today was a bear slide that but you didn't know that. And imagine sitting through the retracement that could have taken them back. The next retracement was higher than where you got out at. Just saying. Oh, that's a funny one. Is trying to defend. Silver and gold are both trying to defend their the last few minutes here.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to hold. If the main market is falling, at least sometimes they can be counter to that and hold the opposite. So it'll be interesting to see if the bulls can hold silver and gold right now. They're trying.
Yeah, I cut my position. I went ahead and took 2 points per con. So a little bit of money in the pot.
Hey. Nice. Yeah, it's about to be New York lunchtime here in just a hot minute. So, well, there it is.
Yep, there it is. New York lunch.
Hey.
Ring that chow bell.
Mm-hmm. Which is such an interesting timing because we just made a new low and now it's potential volatility pause. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like and if it can have another bounce up here potentially. That looks like not obvious. A's is like, you're not shorting, you're not. We're only going down. You gotta mind them retracements, my friend. That's a risk management situation. Every time we break a new low, so you think about that. Where might we see some fight back? See? Look at this little bull push right now. Coach Riz, I am gonna pop off. But I'm back today, guys. I'm here for the last 2 hours of New York session today. Today's my little longer stream time, so I'll be back in just 2 hours, and I'll be on for a while this afternoon. So if anyone is around later, I'll send out a little announcement, and I'll be back soon.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's no problem. I think I'm going to dip out myself for a lunch break as well. So we will see you in the afternoon, and good luck on your extended afternoon with the community. Good luck.
Thank you, and happy trading, everyone. In the meantime, catch you guys soon.
Gabber. You know what? I didn't even really notice. I was trading IWM and XSP this morning, so the prices seem fairly normal to me. Actually, IWN is super cheap today. I think what I really need to do is I need to get out of this BIDO trade. I think it's done what it's needed to. And I think I need to look for an opportunity to get into, oh man, what am I thinking of? I need to get into, IBIT. There you go. IBIT. Silver calls on a pullback. Maybe. NQ looks like it's curling up though to bounce though. You're pretty sure I'll go to 100. Yeah. Yeah, the IV crush is real. I'm already used to those. I have a friend that used to only trade IV crushes. So I got really accustomed to that. Doesn't bother me to handle IBM calls. Ooh, man, these could be really, really spicy if we're going to do this. Is the market really going to bounce here? Are the bulls really going to step in and give us a little V-shaped recovery here on the market? I don't know. I'm already green for the day. I shouldn't really even be trading anymore. I should be risking it for the biscuit. You know what? I think I am going to just chill. If I didn't get any better trades and make more money, then I got to try again tomorrow. But I'm 20% green. I hope you guys had a great trading day. Oh, yeah. I guess I got lucky. You know what? Like those IWM puts I just had, I mean, I sold them for 2 cents a con. I mean, I made a 2 cent profit, per con. The good thing is I had a whole bunch of them, but even then it wasn't even a lot of money. But, I'm not going to risk it if it pulls back. It just got weak even now. What are they at? Sometimes you just got to be quick on that. Whoa, 259. Yeah, because they're back at 7. So it'd be like a 1 cent below what I bought them for. What I did have is some XSP 694 calls. Those are like 9 cents. They're still pretty cheap. What my 260s at? 260s are at 17 cents. So weird the way the Russell is moving compared to the rest of the market. Now we're selling. Oh, it's a difficult. Maybe we'll get a little bit better trend here going into New York launch. I say be safe. Yeah, just a lot of volatility just because of the news. You know, but you know what? Let me go look at the SPY. I got about average volume. You don't even have any volume like out of the ordinary on the SPY. Let's look at QQQ. QQQ is actually tilted to the sell side. There's a lot of selling interest in the market. It's crazy. The market is like hugely tilted to the sell side. It's like in the money put, you got about 3,000 orders in that, right? And then in the money call, you got about 154. That's what kind of a difference there is right now on the market. Gold looks like it's selling. No high of the day. I don't know. All right, gang. Well, we're 7 minutes into New York launch. You guys have a great one. Looks like volume is going to be a little slow here. Let's see if the trend, if retail traders can bring it back up. You've got some easy targets for the upside. You got a 4-hour support resistance at 25,526. You got the VWAP over at 25,640. And then higher spot of interest would be at 25,742. So if you're looking for a bounce and a rebound on it, those would be my targets for the afternoon session. But we shall see. Can the bulls step in, take control of the market, regain some of the selling? Will the bears continue to feast on the bulls today? Well, I'm not sure. We'll stay tuned. Don't forget, we got Coach Becky stepping in this afternoon a little earlier than normal. So she'll be hanging with the community, and I'll be in at Power Hour along with Coach Matt. Don't forget, we've also got trade psychology going on after market close. So we will see you traders this afternoon. Don't forget, we've got that, we got that 200K special going on right now for $100. So we got that awesome promotion. So that is flash 200K. Sell ends Friday, guys. 200K account, $100 flat fee. Be there, be square. All right. As always, good luck in the market, team. I will see you at Power Hour.